Newcastle play Manchester United in the Carabao Cup final. Both teams are desperately going to want to get their hands on a trophy, especially Newcastle. 67 years. Almost all of their fans have never seen them lift a trophy, unless you count the championship. But in this video, I'm going to be giving you my preview for the match that takes place at Wembley, the Carabao Cup final. It may not be that important of a trophy, but like I said, both teams have waited a very long time for a trophy. In this video, I'm going to be going through my combined 11 for both teams based on form. I'm going to be giving you my prediction. I'm going to be going through a general background, and I'm going to just be talking all things about Newcastle versus Manchester United. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe. 87% of my viewers aren't subscribed. That's embarrassing. Subscribe. And if you really want to support that channel that extra bit more, just press that join button, 99 cents a month, and you can become a channel member. Right, we'll start with a look on both teams' forms. Man United are in fantastic form. They just beaten Barcelona at Old Trafford to go through to the next round of the Europa League. I still can't believe that was a Europa League tie, but it's still impressive beating the Barcelona team that are currently 8 points top of the Liga. Now, the fact they did play on Thursday might hinder their chances because they might be a little bit tired, but at the same time, the adrenaline could keep going and they could continue playing brilliantly. No doubt about it, Marcus Rashford right now is the best player on the planet. He has been fantastic since after the World Cup. He is scoring goals for fun. Casemiro has made such a big impact at Manchester United. They're a completely different team without him. He's back from suspension now. He's going to be a really key addition to the squad. Eriksen is out injured. That's unfortunate for Manchester United, with Fred played absolutely brilliant versus Barcelona, and I think he'll slot in there perfectly. The form has started to dip for Newcastle. They haven't been great in recent weeks. Their last game they lost to Liverpool. Liverpool this season, that's awful. They just lost 5-2 to Real Madrid, and a week ago they were beating Newcastle. One of the main reasons for the dip was the suspension of Bruno Guimaraes. He's now back for this cup final. He'll be a really important addition to this Newcastle side. He's such an important player for them. I already said Marcus Rashford's been fantastic this season, but so is Kieran Trippier. That'll be a really interesting battle. Whoever gets the better of their opponent in that little matchup, I do think stands a strong chance of winning the match. You've Joe Linton and Bruno Guimaraes for Newcastle, while you have Casemiro and Fred for Manchester United. The battle of the Brazilians. So that's the general background on both of the teams. Now let's go into my combined 11, and in goals I'm going to go with Nick Pope. I think he's been fantastic this season. One of the key reasons why Newcastle are keeping so many clean sheets. He's been such a good shot stopper, and on form he's England's #1 goalkeeper. Though David De Gea has been good this season, I just think Nick Pope has been the best goalkeeper in the league based off form. Dalot started the season off really well, then Aaron Wan-Bissaka came in because Dalot got injured, so both really had half and half seasons, while Kieran Trippier has played most of Newcastle's games and he's been brilliant in every single one of them. Like I said, it's going to be a really interesting battle between him and Rashford. But for a centre back, I've already mentioned how good he is, Lisandro Martinez. What a signing he's been. I mean, you had people like Jamie Carragher, you had people like me doubting his size. Is he able to do it in the Premier League? Yes, he is. And for me, he's been the best centre back in the Premier League this season. Varane's also been quite good, but I'm going to go with Sven Botman because I think he's also been another key reason why Newcastle have been so good defensively. Sven Botman, Kieran Trippier and Nick Pope, very key players in the defence, but the final player in the defence will be a Manchester United player. It's going to be Luke Shaw. Defensive midfielder Casemiro, he's made such an impact at Manchester United. I already made a separate video on that, so after you're done with this video, make sure to go check that out because the video did absolutely terrible. So please, I'd really appreciate a view. And why not like the video? Why not like this video if you haven't already? Subscribe. If you watched Man United this season, you don't need me to tell you how good Casemiro has been. His Brazilian teammate, but sadly not his Manchester United teammate, Bruno Guimaraes, has been brilliant this season. You saw when he got suspended versus Southampton how bad they were after that, how key of a player he is. And the other central midfielder, it's not a Brazilian, but it's another Bruno Fernandes. I've always liked Bruno Fernandes as a player. I think he's fantastic. There was that season where he was scoring about 20 goals in the league. I've just not really liked the whiny side of him, but he's shown that he is a leader this season. He's captain Man United for the most part, seeing as Maguire isn't starting. Right wing, I'm going to go with Miguel Almiron. He's fallen off a little bit since after the World Cup, but he had that 6 to 8 week period where he was absolutely brilliant. He's won a Premier League Player of the Month, so you can't really leave him out of this side. I was going to try to be different, throw Bruno Fernandes as a centre forward, maybe get Joe Linton or Fred as the other midfielder, but I thought that would just be overcomplicating things. Callum Wilson has been very good this season, so I'm going to throw him in. He scored a few goals. He was probably supposed to be the backup striker as Isaac came in, but he was injured. Left wing, no doubt about it. I said he's been the best player in the world this season, Marcus Rashford. I'm not going to leave him out of a combined 11, am I? He's got his confidence back under Erik ten Hag. He's now one of their best players. He's one of the best players in the league, and like I said, on form, he's the best player in the world. Now, finally, onto my prediction. Newcastle have been good this season, but like I said, they've fallen off, and maybe that is because they've lost Bruno Guimaraes. Like I've said about 50 times in this video, he is back now, but I still think Man United are on such a good run of games. They were fantastic versus Barcelona. I do think Man United are going to go out and win this game, especially with the fact Loris Karius is in goals. He hasn't played a match in England since 2018. He was decent enough for Liverpool. He just had an absolute nightmare in the Champions League final, never played again. Now he's back because Nick Pope is suspended. That might give Man United a little bit of an advantage, but I still think even if it was Nick Pope in goals, I'd still fancy United to win this game, and I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for Erik ten Hag's side as he picks up his first trophy as Man United manager. But let me know what you think in the comments. What are your predictions for Man United versus Newcastle, the Carabao Cup final? I will be doing a live watch song on this this channel, so make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on. Even if you're watching the match by yourself, I'll be live before the match giving my thoughts on the lineups and stuff, so join me there. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you really want to. Feel free to become a channel member, and I will see you in the next one.